Good morning, YouTube. Today we're gonna go check out another car that we might buy for the dealership.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is The Stub. This is the home of our dealership, NG Supercars. We need some inventory desperately. The current market's kind of hard to find any good Ferrari deals. We've been searching and searching literally almost every day, and there's just not much out there. But there is a non-Ferrari that we're very interested in, and it's local, so we're gonna go check it out, and it's actually one of my dream cars. Before we head out, real quick, like, share, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out NG Supercars, our dealership, and normalguysupercar.com. That is our parts website. We do appreciate your guys' support. That keeps this whole thing going, so thank you very much. Quick story. So when I was a kid, I was super into muscle cars. I like Ferraris, who doesn't? But that was never really on my radar because they just seemed like so far out there. But there was a car that America made that's kind of a supercar that I fell in love with when I was a kid, which was the Dodge Viper. So when that thing came out, I just thought this was it. This was the coolest thing ever. Giant 8-liter V10. It was absolutely insane when it came out in the early 90s. So I think it was like 92 or something like that. But here's the funny thing is I didn't actually get to see one in person because, you know, back then the internet wasn't really the thing it is today, so you didn't really know what they sounded like. Well, I finally got to see one in person. I went to the Gingerman Raceway for the Ferrari versus Viper Challenge. And when we pulled up, I heard what sounded like a Detroit diesel dump truck. And I was sad to find out that that's what the Viper sounds like when it has the pipes on the sides. It just sounds terrible. The way you can help make the Viper sound better is by having the GTS, where it has the exhaust come out the rear. It sounds so much better. So that's what we're gonna go check out. And that is one of my dream cars. The GTS, the coupe, the blue with white stripes is just so iconic. It is exactly the Viper that I always dreamed of. And we're gonna go check one out. So let's get going.
2 hours later.
Well, YouTube, let me introduce you to our 1997 Dodge Viper GTS with under 13,000 miles. And it is in spectacular condition. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, then why are you doing a burnout? Well, because we gotta replace the tires, because these tires are like more than a decade old. Yeah, no, they're not good. Definitely not safe to drive on at high speed. So they're great for doing burnouts. This thing is really, really easy to do burnouts. And let me tell you, I just drove it back. It's a very interesting driving experience. So much torque, and the gearing is so tall, it just behaves completely different than most cars. I have to say, I'm actually pretty content with how comfortable it drove. It has a notoriously bad AC, and the AC is, well, let's just say it's like a 90s Ferrari AC. It's just less than impressive. But otherwise, everything else in it is in just super, super good shape. Let me show you some details and then let Josh drive it. So like I said, it is in phenomenal condition. It does have a few very small flaws. It does have some very, very minor cracking in the paint. Super, super common on these giant Viper hoods. They're kind of hard to see. If you put the light on it right there, you can see it. Yeah, just these two spots right there.
We were told that these PPF pieces are original, and that means that the bumper paint is original.
Yeah.
But they're scraped a little bit, so
Yeah,
we
they're
could
definitely scraped.
put some scrape guards on them.
A scratch right here in the bumper, you know, this is just kind of typical stuff. You can see, not huge. The Viper paint was all kind of hand done back in the day, so let's be real, the paint on them from the factory was terrible.
And
So
it's fiberglass too, so
yeah, fiberglass, so you see a lot of the weave coming through, so like you see a lot of aberrations in the paint, and it's actually just the fiberglass. So if you look and you get the light on it just right, not really anything you can do about that. I guess if you put on like super heavy layers of paint, or maybe a very thick PPF would kind of mask that. I don't know.
the headlights are in really good shape. No fading or anything on those.
The rear glass has been replaced. The date code on it is 2002. All the rest of the glass is original. The tires, like I said, we're gonna be replacing those. Original wheels though, all original exhaust except for a MagnaFlow exhaust in the back. There's another tiny scrape in the paint right there. Chip or something that's been filled, not so great. Could probably polish that out a bit and have it look a little better. There's a paint chip that's filled. Doesn't look like they did a super great
There's
job.
another one right there.
Yeah, right there as well. As you can see, it's in very good condition. Not perfect condition, but this is certainly into like the collector's car realm.
Very nice inside.
Yeah, interior's in super, super good shape. You see a little bit of bolster wear right here. We could probably get that cleaned up.
Yeah, we'll get that dyed.
So that's not a big deal at all. Very clean. Plastic's in great shape. And it actually doesn't creak or crick. I mean, this is, let's be real, a sea of plastic. So typically these things start rattling like crazy. Woo! That was, gotta be careful. Exhaust runs here. I can start to feel the heat. The engine is immaculate shape. So let's pop the hood on that. Oh, sweet mama jamma. 8 liters of America. We need to change the oil. Oil's not been changed in like a year and a half. Kanan air filters, that's another modification. So cold air intake, that's basically it.
I mean, look how clean all the motor and everything, the heat shields on the... I mean, it's like a true 12,000 mile car that was garaged for sure.
Yeah.
There's not even any dust on some of this stuff.
The previous owners had it for quite a few years, and he only put a couple thousand miles on it over the last, I don't know, almost decade. So it really didn't get driven much at all. It just kind of sat, and he had it basically in a climate-controlled garage the whole time. Truly a collector's quality car. It's absolutely fantastic condition. We need to replace the rear struts. These struts aren't holding up the rear glass anymore, so we'll do that. We'll put it up on the lift and check everything out over the next few videos, so you'll want to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, we'll do some fun stuff on the Viper. Yeah, look at this back here. There's not even dirt.
It's never been touched. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's check the spare.
Got the spare.
Original Michelin spare that's never been touched.
Got the original books, original window sticker. I love it. Base price, 60 grand back in the day. Look at that. So
It's $1,200 for the stripes.
1,200. Woo, man.
Man,
$3,000 gas guzzler tax. Oh, damn.
$300 for the aluminum polished wheels. Man, the cars were a deal back then.
I know, right? Could you imagine buying this thing brand new now for 71 grand? Final assembly, Detroit. 11 seems kind of optimistic.
Yeah. It's cool that they still have this though.
Estimated fuel cost, $1,500.
Yeah, how much was gas back then?
Jeez.
$1 a gallon probably.
Man. So check this out. It has the certificate from the guy who built the car, John.
He's the team member of somebody who helped build the car.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And 6 miles run it after testing. That's pretty cool. This is seriously a piece of history right here. Can I just say I'm having a really hard time not just like totally geeking out over this car. This was my dream, the GTS, the blue with white stripes, this exact car. Can't tell you how many hours I spent looking at like Road and Track and all that stuff with pictures of this. And again, like we didn't have the internet, so you didn't see videos of it really, like, you know, it just wasn't out there. So I had no idea, but God, it's so cool. Oh, another modification, which you can tell this owner kind of had the car sit around a lot, is he's got the battery tender adapter plugged in. You actually can tuck it in right here and have it so that you can get to it from this little gap in the bodywork right there. So that's kind of handy. What do you think, Josh? Want to drive it?
Yeah, I do. I've never driven a Viper, so I'm excited to drive it.
All right, let's do it.
It reminded me of getting in the GT40 because the sill is so huge.
Yeah, it is a big
piece right
sill.
here.
And it's hot as hell.
Yeah, that is really hot. How do they... Is that metal?
There's like a heat shield in there.
The seat belts come on the other opposite way too. That's kind of
They're
cool.
from the middle like a Lamborghini.
It's very cockpit-like. Kind of like it. Actually, I have enough room in here. It's not bad.
Yeah.
They were thinking of tall people when they built it.
The clutch pedal throw is far.
The pedal, oh yeah, it is. The pedals are offset to the left. What's the pump? Is that for the lumbar?
I don't know.
There's a squeeze pump.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's got.
Oh, it must be the lumbar.
Yeah, it's the lumbar. It's a little, like one of those blood pressure things with a little spin thing to let the pressure out. That's funny.
Well, it's lightweight.
I like the gauges are like from AutoZone.
I wonder if anyone's done that where they pull out the dash and wrap it in some sort of nice material.
Alcantara.
Yeah, it'd look really good in Alcantara because just this crappy plasticky.
The pedal angle is kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh, it's virtually impossible to do a heel toe.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, you could, but it would be.
It's difficult.
The hood seems shorter when you're in the car than it looks from the outside. kind of goes down, so it doesn't seem like it's as big. So I think you'd probably have to be careful with that.
Oh yeah, I could easily scrape the front of the car. Oh dude, I left some good marks.
Yeah.
Some good marks. Whoa. Remember, no traction control, no ABS.
God, how is this legal? It's got an airbag still though.
This generation does.
Yeah.
First gen does not.
I can already see why people would like these. It's got a Dodge Neon steering wheel from that era. The shifter's huge.
Yeah, it is.
I'd put like a smaller
Like a knob.
or something on there.
Yeah, it's got this big, tall thingy.
The gas pedal, like I said, it's really weird. It's at an angle, so when I go to hit the pedal, it's like the bottom of my foot touches the pedal. It's at a weird angle. I don't know how to explain.
Oh, so you're not rolling on it
Yeah.
with the ball of your foot?
Yeah. It's actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a good cruiser. Going 60 and it's like 1200 RPM.
Yeah.
That's great. I think it's like 465 horsepower or something like that.
Yeah, but it's also like 465 foot-pounds of torque.
The handle's better than I thought it would. Yeah, heel toe's a little difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it's got a shit ton of torque. I feel like the torque's available at very low RPM too. Like you step on it even at low RPM and it still has plenty of power.
Like I said, I feel like it pulls at 2,000 as hard as it does at 6,000.
Yeah. Drives really well for an old car.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the miles or it's just that's how they are, but I'm actually pretty surprised.
It's super comfy.
Yeah. It's not as stiff or jarring as I thought it would be. I can see why people that have these would be like, yeah, I think I need a little bit more power.
Jesus, you kill us.
It's very twitchy. It's very sensitive. Like,
I can see why it's called the Dr. Killer, because when it breaks loose, it goes from traction to zero traction.
yeah. I would take this over a Corvette, though. I think.
Oh yeah, this looks way cooler than a Corvette.
I like the way it sounds.
It's got a little bit of lope to it.
Yeah.
It's like
That clutch really goes in.
super far.
Yeah. It's a pretty fun car for the money.
Oh yeah. I really like this car.
You like the American muscle shit
I do.
more than I do. I'd still like it, but
I love America.
I like that. And every little bump in the road, it's like it wants to go.
Yeah.
I expected more like truck handling or something.
Oh yeah, it's way better handling than I expected the
Yeah.
first time I drove one.
Yeah.
Especially for a 97.
Yeah. That's amazing. There's no rattles in here or anything?
No, there's like basically no creaks or cracks.
Alpine stereo. But
Yeah.
I think that's factory. The GT40 is still way more brutal than this thing.
Oh yeah.
This is like a Rolls Royce compared to that car. You could use a short throw shifter.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, or even just a better knob.
Yeah.
'Cause that knob is so big.
It is weird that they just did like black cheap plastic for the dash. They
Right?
didn't texture it or anything.
Like the rest of the car is so cool, and then it's just like this crap plastic. It's like, they just phoned in the dashboard.
Yeah. They just grabbed a steering wheel from a Neon and a shifter from like a Dodge Ram truck or something.
Content?
It's gonna make somebody happy. I don't think I would own one, but it's pretty awesome.
It's a lot of car for the money.
Looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, that is a phenomenal profile.
It's crazy they came up with this back in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, YouTube, it's for sale through our website, NG Supercars. It's probably not on the website yet, but if you're interested, send us an email, sales@ngsupercars.com. and this can be yours. It is absolutely fantastic. We're gonna get new tires for it. We're gonna get those struts taken care of and change the oil, so it'll be ready to rock and roll for one of you. You won't have to do anything as far as we're aware. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.